Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Sunday Summary. I'm your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. Steve, good to have you back this week, man. How are you? How you feeling? Rough week for the Reds, huh?
Rough couple of months.
Rough couple of months.
But I will say this, Kyle. I woke up and I chose optimism.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Who
I
are
think
you?
today could be the turning point.
Look, it's
The
funny you
turning
say
point.
that. It's funny you say that because I had a weird feeling too waking up of just like we talked about it earlier this week how I just haven't been excited to watch them over the past couple months, but I woke up today and I was like, okay, Reds are on today. We could win. If
Yeah.
things could be real good today.
Well, we're 13th in the live table, so
Jesus. It's it's embarrassing. You know, and West Ham today is it's the turning point. It's make or
yeah.
break time. If you lose to West Ham, you might as well have lost to Wolves.
No, seriously, I was trying to
Where
get something here,
well,
but
why
okay.
go ahead.
I'm choosing optimism because eventually it has to turn around. And I'm not going to sit here and say it can't get any worse because it definitely can. But I think today, bold prediction, today is a coming out party for Florian Wirtz. I think we're going to see a big performance out of him today.
I certainly hope so. With Salah
That's my
benched,
prediction.
it kind of leaves him no choice. It leaves Isaac no choice. Um, oh man, I'm actually excited to get into this. But good morning to everyone in the chat. Yogesh, Hannah, Tony, good morning. Make sure you guys leave your thoughts throughout the show in the comments section. Tony had said earlier in our Discord group that he's not even excited to go to Anfield anymore for the matches. And the energy in Anfield has changed. And I talked about it last week on the show. But it's one thing for us fans all across the world to be like, they're not playing that well. But when you're going to the games and the ones who go it week in, week out are feeling like, all right, this isn't exciting anymore, you have a real problem. The team is in a huge dip of form. There's going to be a reversion to the mean. They're going to bounce back. They're going to win here and there. They're not going to finish 13th in the table. But the fact is, you lost 4-1 to PSV midweek in a match that you played at Anfield, and two, you should absolutely win 10 times out of 10. And not only did you not win, you lost. Oh, I love that, Steve. You might have to take over with this. Seriously. You lost 4-1. And so now you drop Salah for this game. And it looks like your attacking line is Wirtz, ISAK, and Gakpo with Soboslai. I love seeing Gomez on that team sheet. With
Me too.
Soboslai in the 10.
I'm telling you, man, he's primed and ready. The dude's fit. He's been waiting. Every time he gets a chance, at least the last couple seasons, he's been great. It's nice to see him in there.
I'm so ready for Gomez to just have a game, dude. How crazy would it be, Steve, if we're in the worst form in a century and nobody can score? The $300 million we spent has produced like a goal and an assist, and then Gomez plays and scores. How crazy would that be?
I wouldn't be surprised, actually. Like
I would just
the
be
way
like,
things are going, crazy things just keep happening. They're normally negative things. That would be a silver lining, if you will.
Yeah. I mean, that would really make it. That would really make it for me. But look, let's talk about PSV though, because you and I talked. You called me over here at 4:50, and I was like, "Oh, he must be calling at the end of the match," because I didn't even watch the match. I was like, I'm not in the mood to watch it." And neither of us knew the score. We look it up, and it's 4-1. All of our group chats were quiet. I was assuming no one has anything to say, so we're probably winning. 4-1, Steve. When I told you 4-1 after I looked it up, what went through your head?
Wow. It's almost comical at this point. Like it's gotten so bad where it's almost like laughable. And that's a problem. Because as you mentioned, it's sad to hear what Tony had said and the fact that the stadium is just dull. But we're so used to being passionate that the wind is out of everyone's sails at this point. So all I could do was like chuckle a little bit and just think to myself, wow, this is just awful. Absolutely terrible.
And then we transition to, how does Slot recover from this? Because everything I've seen online from, let's say, the optimistic standpoint of the club is behind Slot, everything I've seen has been managers have dips in form just like players. And although I don't necessarily agree with that, I don't see any indication that Slot his job is in any danger, right? It's kind of been manufactured by the form and the fans. I don't see anything on there about Slot's in danger. But we talked about if he was going to get sacked, the only manager that I think could save us would be Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp is the only guy, and I mean, that would just be crazy, like poetry almost. Jurgen Klopp comes back in, second tenure in charge, saves the day for Liverpool. He wouldn't do it, but it just gets you thinking.
I don't think so either.
No, he wouldn't do it. But it just gets you thinking. Like he could he's the only guy I would feel comfortable with coming in, not Xabi Alonso with all the uproar with going on with Madrid right now, and him losing the locker room. Not freaking Unai Emery is 9-1 odds to become the manager next. I mean, just weird, crazy stuff. The only one that makes any remote sense is Jurgen Klopp.
The only other one that I would be okay with is the guy from PSG. Is it Enrique?
Is Enrique at PSG? The old Barcelona manager, right?
Yeah, I think that's who it is. Let us know in the chat. I'm pretty sure.
So,
I mean, he's legit.
After Jurgen Klopp, the favorite was Areola, or what? However the hell you say his name. It's not Areola. That's the keeper. But it's something like that. I just can't. That's how little value I'm putting into like the manager search, because I truly believe like Slot is the guy, and it's just gotten so bad that what the hell do you do?
I mean, something's got to give if it continues, and we're not just going to start selling players because it makes no sense to do that.
Makes absolutely
so they would have
sense.
to be the manager.
But it gets clicks though, right? It gets clicks when you have ISAK 10 matches for Liverpool in all comps, 1 goal, 1 assist, and just so everyone knows, he played. I looked up the stats before coming on here because I wanted to see, all right, how really bad a form is he in? He had the same exact production at Dortmund before he made the move to Sociedad. I believe that was the order of operations there. 13 matches, 1 goal, 1 assist. But again, I don't know if he was starting or coming off the bench. But then you look at everything else. Sociedad, Newcastle, all of his stats are absurd. So he just hasn't hit the ground running here. Neither is Wirtz. And I also looked at... I did a lot of research this week, Steve, because I was trying to figure out... I was like, all right, look, what do we have to... Like, what's the problem? And so I was watching a bunch of videos. Slot has completely changed his tactics this year, right? He's completely gone from that pressing system of winning the ball back up high, and now he's more of a possession style, build up from the back, and have playmakers create chances, and it just hasn't worked out. It's a completely different style of play, although he got the players he wants to eventually make this style of play work. He has completely changed it. He's completely changed everything. And at what point for you do you abandon ship, or do you ever abandon ship? Do you just like, does Slot go down with the ship? Does he just keep rowing when he's halfway underwater?
It's tough because they've probably put a ton of time into this transition. Do you just dump it? I mean,
you can't.
Again,
you can't. It's like they went all in on this dude. They went all in. Manager, players, spending more money. I mean, not net spend, guys, but spending more money than they've ever spent. They went all in on, all right, Slot, we're going to back you. This is what you need. We believe in you. We're going to give it to you. There is a patience factor. I get it. But they can't back out now. Maybe at the end of the year, they're like, all right, this just flat out didn't work out. We got to go in a different direction. But if they back out now,
I wonder, I was thinking this week, what do the players think? Like, do you think that Virgil would fight for Slot if he was brought into a meeting with the club? I just have no idea.
Based on what the players said, I mean, a lot of the players have said that they know they have to execute on the field. They haven't made any indication that it's the manager, like that the manager's lost the room. I think everything the players have said, Robbo, Van Dyke, they've all indicated that we have to do better on the field. So,
yeah, because at the end of the day, like, they know that the manager implements a system, but they know the quality that they have individually.
Yeah.
And they know that, yeah, we're going to play this formation. We're going to use these tactics, but they still have to win individual battles.
Mm-hmm.
They still have to play football. They still have to be a baller. You know what I mean? Like, there's the X's and O's, and then there's the execution as an individual footballer.
Right.
And when you're losing challenges, when you're giving away the ball too easily, when guys are getting past you, when you're out of position, that's on you. Like, Slot can't play for you. Not that he would do any better. You get what I mean, though.
I know what you mean.
Like, there's only so much with tactics that we can blame, because each player has a job to do. And it's not like this is Slot's first day on the job. Like, he's won trophies. He's managed at a high level. He's shown consistency. He's shown poise. He's shown solid tactics. He's shown that he can develop players.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, it comes down to the players. I don't want to see Slot get sacked because I don't know what that'll do. But if this does continue, it has to happen. It's just, there's no other. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world, if not the biggest, right? Top 3.
Yeah.
Maybe. And you can't be 13th in the table. You were just first.
You were just first. Just first.
And you just beat Arsenal a couple months ago. Like,
look, the thing I keep coming back to is the research I did this past week, just because I needed to figure out like what other people are saying and what the analysis is. And I keep coming back to the fact that it's a chemistry thing. It's a tactical thing. You're completely changing from a style that's been implemented in the club for 10 years to a completely new style that the players have to adjust to. Even the new players that came in might be the right players for this tactical system, but maybe they weren't playing that way prior. And that takes time. But like you said, given the club we are, given the success we've had, at a certain point, it's like, when do we say, all right, you cut the cord, this isn't working out? And I hope it doesn't get to that point. Today's a great day to turn it around. Today's a great day to get some confidence back in the team, right? Salah being benched, I mean, it's really interesting. It's really interesting to me that you bench Salah. I mean, it really means Verts and Isak got to do something today, man.
So who's playing on the right?
Probably Verts. It's probably Verts on the right. It's probably Isak through the middle, Gakpo on the left, and then you got Soboslai. Or you got Soboslai on the right, which that doesn't make any sense. But Soboslai's probably in the 10.
I
It's
wonder if Gakpo goes on the right and
yeah,
Verts on the left.
that would be you would maybe. I don't know. Or maybe Isak on the right. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I also think it's probably more of a fluid system. Maybe it ends up being like a 4-4-2 during the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it's Isak and Gakpo up top. But he's trying something. Right? Because taking away that pressing responsibility from Salah and letting Salah just kind of be like hold his position, it hasn't really worked out because he's not getting the same service he was, right? Whether chalk it up to Trent, chalk it up to whatever you want, but he's not getting the same service he was. And so, all right, he's like, let me bench Salah. Let me put in let me just see what I can do here. And where are West Ham at in the table anyway? Because this is a perfect game to do it.
Well, they haven't lost. They beat Newcastle, then they beat Burnley, then they drew to Bournemouth.
So they're in
So
good
they're in
form.
decent form. 17th.
17th. All right. So, and it's at the London Stadium. We're away. I think we're away today. And it's a trap game too. It's a trap game.
Where is this game at?
It's
London Stadium.
Yeah, it's at London Stadium. It's a trap game. Let's go over to the chat real quick and see what people are saying. So Tony's saying he actually heard some of the crowd boo at the end of the PSV game. Rightly so. What a Croc said, we're leaking goals and there's been no tactical change to address it. Outrageous. So chalk it up to injuries or whatever you want. But Gomez, Konate, and Van Dijk playing today could be a tactical change. I love that Gomez is playing. Kirkej is playing too, though. So, we'll see what happens there. And Kirkej will be on Bowen too. This is a maker. It's a make or break game for Kirkej.
Yeah, totally.
Dude.
Gomez should have been brought in a month ago. I mean, about time.
There's certain players that the tactical system that he's trying to implement, I just don't think he sees Gomez as a guy that can play that way. He's not a wingback. He's a defender. I mean, he can play out wide, but he's not a get up the pitch and join the attack kind of guy.
Yeah, but you need to stop goals.
Yeah.
So he needs to be in there.
Oh my gosh. What a Croc then asks. He says, what is the worst result that could happen? We win big and revert to sucking after this game, or we lose big and are fully in crisis? I think we're fully in crisis now.
Oh, we've been in crisis.
We're struggling. We're 13th in the table. We've dropped from 1st to 13th.
This is the worst crisis we've been in. Maybe ever.
I think ever. It's got to be ever. Just if you take the window of form, like from maybe not the worst start to a season, points wise, right? Because we had the 5 wins. But if you take like form from when we started losing to now, it has to be top 5 worst ever.
No, it's definitely worst.
So Steve, give me some stats from West Ham here. Who's their leading goal scorer?
Let me find West Ham.
Okay. Omar, what's going on, man?
15 goals scored, 25 conceded. Where are their individual stats? Let's see here. Mm, 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 mm. I hate the Premier League website. Callum
Well,
Wilson, 4 goals.
Callum Wilson.
Bowen 3, Paqueta 3, Suchek 2. They got some decent players.
They do. That's what surprises me about their league position. They do have some decent players.
Yep.
Yeah, 15 goals, 25 conceded.
I mean, they haven't really scored much, so there's not many stats to report.
We can't talk shit because we're terrible.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Callum Wilson's their leading scorer. He's only played 9 matches.
We've only scored 3 more goals than them, Steve.
Speaking of Areola, he's their keeper.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if he starts these days, but
I don't think they have any other option. I think Fabianski or whoever the hell their keeper was for like 27 years is gone. Dude, on paper, this is an even matchup, and that's the sad part. Statistically, we're a negative goal difference. That is the biggest problem, dude. That's the biggest problem. We can't score, Steve.
-2 goal differential.
We can't score. Say what you want about conceding goals, because you're right. We have conceded goals, but we can't score. We're creating nothing.
No, it's really bad. Against teams with much lesser quality, too. PSV, Forest. God, I don't even want to talk about it.
We have to.
I can't even fathom what's happened. How do you go from first in the table and champions to this with better players?
I mean, and the only win in the month of November in the Premier League was Villa. It's the only win in the month of November. I mean, actually, if we win today, technically. And then you go back to October. We lost every match in October. Every Premier League match in October. Oh, it's just bad. It's bad form. We're due for like a 5-0 win today.
Yeah. I mean, today is Verts' coming out party. I've called it already. This is the day.
It is. I mean, it is, but they're in good form. They're in better form than we are. And I think it'll be a battle personally, but I really just want to talk about, like, I don't have much to say about West Ham. I just kind of want to get into the match and watch it. But I really want to just talk about Verts and Isak, because outside of those two guys, and of course Salah, right? Who else should be producing? Because we know Soboslai's the engine, right? We know Gravenberch is good. McAllister's good in the midfield. But we have some of the best attackers in the world, Steve. And we've only created 18 goals with those attackers. And that go ahead.
Conversely to what kind of you're leaning towards is Konate's been awful.
I've seen that. Terrible. I've seen that. And I don't want to peg him as awful. I would peg him more as inconsistent. I don't want to peg him as awful. I really don't. Because I've seen games where he's been great. I really have. I've also seen games where he's just poor judgment, poor decision making, poor defending even. And there was that report.
Like he has a concussion and he's just like not thinking. I just don't get it.
He's got a lot on his mind. He's trying to audition for Madrid, and apparently, if you believe any of the media, he's failed the audition. Madrid aren't in for him anymore.
Yeah, he failed the audition.
Dude,
didn't make the final cut.
He didn't. And it's so crazy to me. It's like, first off, who are Madrid? Do they have these press meetings and they're like, all right, let's make sure everyone knows we're not in for Kanata anymore. He's dog shit. And they're like, all right, let's put it out there. Like the power that they have. Who knows if it's even true or not? Sometimes the media will just create stuff, and it's kind of funny when you think about it. Like, are they testing him? Are Madrid like, all right, we're gonna say we're not in for him anymore to try to get him to play better, and then we'll go back in for him.
Yeah.
You know,
It could very well be.
but I hope he signs this new contract, and that way, at least if Madrid come in to get him, we can sell him. Because otherwise, he leaves on a free, and then you got nobody. Kanate. But let me ask you this, though. Has Van Dijk been good?
At times.
Okay. So he's been inconsistent. We know
It's tough when you have a liability next to you. Two of them. When you have Kirkesh to your left and Kanate to your right, the last couple months, you could be excellent and you're still going to look bad. He's Virgil van Dijk. Like, I'm not worried about him necessarily. He's definitely, I mean, dude, there's been games where we're like, God, he's just unbelievable. The guy's never going to stop balling. But again, when you're surrounded by scrubs, there's only so much you can do.
He was livid against Forest. Livid when those goals went in. When Robbo got beat, but on the last goal, and then the rebound came out, and he's just pissed off. He's pissed off at the situation. He's screaming in the locker room. He's hit a point now where I think he's kind of fed up with the performances on the pitch. He didn't say anything about the manager, but he's saying we have to go back to fundamentals. I talked about this last week. We have to go back to fundamentals. We have to just basically scrap everything and start over. And for Van Dijk to say that, to be fair, he's not the same type of leader that Hendo was, or I don't think he lets his emotions kind of get to him on the pitch, but I still think he's a leader because he comes out and he performs day in, day out. He puts in the effort, but when his teammates piss him off, he lets it show. I don't necessarily agree with that, but he's fed up. He reached a breaking point after the Forest match, and then PSV. Who knows? I'm excited for this game, dude. But I feel like there is a possibility we lose like 3-0 again. Like if the team's broken, like I don't know if 3 days is enough to like turn it around, but it's like if the morale is broken, if the chemistry still isn't there, and this Verts ISAK doesn't produce today, we'll concede another 3 goals.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I think unfortunately, it's more likely that we do lose this match than win. If you think about all the fact, I mean, we're just waiting for it to turn around, and we know we're better than West Ham.
Yep.
And we know we should win this match. So it's so easy for us to say like, oh yeah, we'll win. But all we've done is lose.
We said the same thing against Forest. We were like, oh, this is easy. We're going to win this match. And I mean, Forest just outplayed us. I mean, these teams make us look terrible, and it's because they have a system that every player is, like you said at the beginning, executing their job. Let me pose you a scenario. So we've conceded 20 goals. If ISAK and Verts have produced even 20% more than they've produced right now, we're probably not even in a crisis.
No, we're still not feeling great, but
we're
not crisis.
We're 7th, maybe 6th. Yep. It's like, okay, well, maybe they're not hitting the ground running. I'm talking 3 goals each, dude. I'm not talking, 10-10 already. But if these guys can just put the ball in the net once, It's a completely different game. And
It is.
once Isak does it in the Premier League, not against Southampton in the Cup, all right, I'm telling you, the dam is going to be opened. Isak's going to score. Wirtz is going to score. I don't know, dude. Game
You know
time
what's
is.
crazy?
Go ahead.
At this moment, we have a game in hand, and we're only 4 points out of fourth.
I know. So
like the stars have aligned for us to struggle and still be like in those Champions League spots. And if there's any silver lining in this, it's that the league is hyper competitive this year. You got Arsenal and City, great, whatever. But like, unfortunately, we've reverted to worrying about everyone below them because that's the position we've put ourselves in. But if we win today, I mean, we could jump up quite a few spots. It depends on other results, obviously. But there's teams above us. And let me just also say this, because I think this is very interesting. Tottenham, we're not hearing much about Tottenham, right? But they're a big club. We have a game in hand on them, and they have the same number of points as we do. So, again, I woke up this morning feeling optimistic. We're so lucky that in our time of absolute peril, we are still better than some of these other clubs. We are still in a better spot than some of these other clubs. Can you believe that? We have the same number of points as Tottenham with a game in hand. And we are the worst team in Europe
we are
the last 2 months.
Yes.
Can you believe that?
So I love that you took that point of view, dude, because it's so easy to just be like, Liverpool are terrible and they need to just blow it up. But then you compare it to Tottenham, like you said, who are coming off of a European trophy, by the way, just in case anyone forgot, and they're doing just as bad, if not worse, than Liverpool. But again, Steve, that's Tottenham. That's Tottenham. It's not Liverpool. The standards are higher. Okay, now we're coming off of
Manchester United. We're level on points with them too.
That's the problem. We should never be where they're at. I'm just.
No, you're absolutely right. But what I'm saying is, how have we been in the basement for what feels like 10 weeks and we're still here? Like, we're not in the relegation zone yet.
Yeah. Yet.
But it almost sheds light on how fortunate we are that we've been very good for a long time.
Yeah, I get what you're getting at. It's like we're very privileged to have a team that when they slip to 13th in the table, you're like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Blow it up. You know what I mean? When that happens a lot, I mean, you think back to when Chelsea won the league and then, think about Everton, how close Everton came to relegation. And, it happens. I mean, the form can't be sustained forever with teams, but when you're a top 6 team, i.e. Liverpool, Arsenal, United, or whatever, you're under the microscope. And especially after you had the window you had, we have to produce. We can't be 13. I think that's why it's so like, oh my God, right now.
It is. And I also think like credit to some of these other teams as well. There's no doubt when you watch us play, we're terrible. We're getting crushed. But there are like the league is just really tough this year. And the reason Arsenal are sitting in first place is because they've only let up 6 goals.
Their defense is for 3 seasons.
They haven't scored the most. They're not lighting it up offensively.
No.
60% of their goals come from set pieces. They're defending well. It's very simple. They're defending well. Get points when you defend well. We're not defending. We're also not scoring at the moment. But when you don't defend well, you lose. Like We could win today. I mean, mathematically, I think we could win today and jump up to like 5th. It's
That's pretty
insane.
wild. Yeah,
I mean, other teams would have to lose, but you look at like Brentford, solid this year. Brighton, always tough, solid this year. Crystal Palace, great. They've only let up 9 goals.
Great team.
Sunderland's in 4th. Chelsea's starting to find their footing after just chaos for 3 years. Newcastle, tough, as they always are. Like Bournemouth, tough.
Yeah.
It's an interesting year, man. Everton, same number of points as we do.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Fulham, 17 points.
So
it's a tough league this year.
No, it's
so
a
like
tough
when
league.
you do slip up, it's amplified. There's a magnifying glass that just makes everything seem so much worse. But thankfully, the league is tough this year.
Yeah.
So you can turn it around a little bit and make a huge jump up the table. Nobody thinks we're going to win the league anymore. It sucks that that's pretty much off the table. It would just take like the most catastrophic slip up by Arsenal. We'd have to win every single game.
Yeah. You can't. You'd have to completely turn it around, basically win out. And look, I don't get too much into like the. Actually, no, I do like how fans change up. But last season they said we won the league because the league was poor. That was the narrative. That was 100% the narrative. And now it's, the league's tough this year. So I get it. I feel like there is a narrative against Liverpool, but regardless, we won the league. Before that, it was the COVID year, even though we were 3,000 points ahead when the league went to hell. So there's always going to be something.
Think like because we follow Liverpool, our social media feeds are going to be filled with Liverpool.
It's
and
all over.
We do see a ton of great stuff as well. But I'm not sure if the general narrative is that the Premier League was weak last year. I mean, if we didn't fall off a cliff those last like 4 or 5 weeks, we would have been in the 90s with a points total, and we would have won the league by 20 points. So we wrapped it up so early that our total points weren't as high as they have been for the Premier League winner. That doesn't mean the league necessarily was weak. And just because the league is tight right now, we're not even a third of the way through the season yet. Actually, this weekend does cross us over into the second third of the season. A lot of these teams are going to fall off a cliff. So it always works out the way it's supposed to. Liz says we need to not suck today. And I think we all agree with that. Just don't suck. Like, even if you get a point, show some improvement.
Yeah.
And I think Florian Wirtz's going to have a game today. I keep saying it, but I just feel it.
I feel it too, Steve. And there's nobody on this team I want to succeed more than Florian Wirtz. I told you this. I haven't been more excited for a signing since Keita. When we signed Florian Wirtz, I just want him to succeed. I just want him to do well.
Agreed.
Shout out to Liz, member for 59 months. That's absolutely wild. Thanks for the support, Liz.
Hey,
Steve,
do we even do, as we wrap this up here, do we even do score predictions?
Why'd you're in my head, Steve? Because I was going to say,
Yeah.
I'm not doing score predictions. We have to change something up.
Yeah, let's not.
No score predictions. Okay.
No score predictions.
I don't know. I'm not doing it. And for the love of God, kickoffs here in 13 minutes. Steve, I'm excited. I'm excited for the match, but we got to produce. Players got to produce. Get your shit together. That's it. That's all I got.
I got nothing. Thank you to everyone who's in here right now, everyone who's joined us, all our members. We're in this together. We're all depressed together.
Sickness or in health.
In sickness or in health.
Informer.
Champions League, you never know.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Thanks, Reds, for tuning in. Appreciate all the support. And until next time, Reds, take care.